Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. This is April's grocery haul and shop with me at Sharp Shopper, our favorite store. As you can see, today it was a beautiful day out and it was a little bit crowded, but we got some great deals. Just a friendly reminder, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. That would help me out so much. I appreciate it. Also, if you're in the area, Sharp Shopper is located in Virginia and Pennsylvania. They're open from Monday through Saturday, not on Sundays, and typically not on holidays. And for those of you that wonder if I buy fresh products, I certainly do. I just inputted a photo. So Sharp Shopper is my once a month grocery store, discount grocery store haul that I like to do. And then from there, every other week I will go to like Walmart or Aldi's to pick up my fresh produce just so I can stay around a $350 budget. So they had little bites here. These are 10 in a box. There's some blueberry and chocolate chip flavor. These are $6.99. And seeing if there's any other flavors. And then we have suddenly salads. These are typically like $1.40 right now. So these are just 2 for $1. And we have some ranch bacon, as well as some Caesar suddenly salads. And of course, there's some chocolate bars, 36 for $12.99. Some pears, got a 6-can box for $5.99. Some donuts, $1.29. $1.99 for some ho-hos. Then they had a few carts with some discounted stuff here. All detergent, canned products, chili, 2 for $1, some sauces. Now we are approaching the pop aisle. Soda. The Coke products were increased. These are 2 for $9.50 now. They used to be 2 for $9. The Pepsi products are still 2 for $9. I don't know why they're so expensive everywhere, but soda has definitely increased quite a bit. And some teas for 99 cents. We had Celsius for $1.99. And Tropicana juices, these were 3 for $1. They're just individual little size juices. And over here we had some mini 100-calorie cans of fruit cocktail. These were only 2 for $1. When I had gone to Walmart earlier, these little cans were about $1.29, $1.49. I can't remember, but they were more than $1. So 2 for $1 is a great deal. I noticed that canned goods have really increased quite a bit in prices. These cans of peaches were 99 cents. And over here we had some Vlasic pickles for 99 cents. Lots of beans from Goya for only 69 cents. Do any of you watch Brittany Vassler on YouTube? Well, she was talking about the BPA levels in cans of beans and tomatoes, and now I'm just a little bit more cautious. Apparently, Trader Joe's has BPA-free cans, so I don't think it'll completely stop me from buying canned goods, but it was just interesting to know that there's all kinds of chemicals everywhere in our foods. They had chickpeas for 69 cents, and then these boxes of vegetable broth. These are organic for only 99 cents. Sorry, I was trying to push, as you can see, the cart and film at the same time. Now we are looking at a plethora of different oils. Some olive oil for only $9.99. And they had a oil blend for $5.99 and vegetable oil for $3.49. There were these boxes of Belvita blueberry breakfast bars for $6.99, and then here are the specials. So Dino Nuggets for $2.49. Butter spray was 99 cents. Bob Evans sausage was $1.99. Lots of paper products, lots of paper plates and bowls for $1.79 over here. Pretty good deal. They had plastic cutlery for only 99 cents. And I've tried a lot of this plastic wrap and aluminum foil. It's not the best, so I would not recommend any of those. They had White Cloud diapers. These were only $4.99 a pack. Looks like they had different sizes. I don't have any kiddos, so I don't know if this is a good brand or not. But they did have Huggies. These were $15.99 a box. And again, they had a few different sizes available. And here are these garbage bags we've seen before. These are $4.99 a box. Some palm olive for $2.49. They still have the Japanese OxyClean for $1.99. Now they got a bunch of these Glad trash bag boxes for $14.99. And some pretzel crisp bites. These were $2.99 a bag. Lots of detergent. Ajax laundry was $5.99. Purex $4.99. So on my last episode of Sharp Shopper, somebody mentioned something good in their life, and they stated that they were growing their garden. I just was curious if that person had anything blooming yet now that the weather's getting nicer. But if you have something good to share, please list it below. I love reading the happy moments that are going on in people's lives. So we have lots of different dog foods available. These all seem like pretty reputable brands. They're $14.99, $17.99. And over here we had some dog treats. These T-bones are not the healthiest. Take a look over here. They had a big stand of Hers snacks, some Cheetos and chips for 2 for $5. There was a gentleman walking around the store, mentioning these Harkin chocolate bars. These were $3.99, and said that these were really expensive. They didn't really have a very good nutritional label on there, so I certainly did not need to get those. Lots of popcorn. That was one of the things on my list if it was available. The Orville and the Act 2 big boxes of popcorn were only $7.99. And then they had AMC popcorn for 99 cents a box, and this was for six bags of popcorn. They had lots of snacks today at the store. Great to stock up on for summer break for the kids, or church events, or any kind of kid events. Had lots of crackers over here, lots of Ritz. They had Ritz Bites for $1.99. And then they had these single packs. Or excuse me, these are Cheez-Its for $2.99 a box. These were little singles. look here. Great for like lunches or just a snack. Terra chips for 99 cents. A bunch of different varieties of veggie straws. These were all 99 cents. Such a great deal. And then I had again mentioned that I wanted to get some popcorn while I was here, so I definitely manifested tons of different popcorn. So there was butter popcorn, maple and cheddar, caramel and cheese, some sweet butter popcorn. These were all 99 cents. They had lots of snacks here today. I usually grab a bag and then I like to mix it with the freshly popped popcorn. And we'll have a movie night or something in at our house. I don't know if you guys have been to the movies lately, but we just saw The Accountant #2. It was so good. Ben Affleck is awesome in it. But the movies, oh my goodness, they're so expensive. Let's go take a look over at the refrigerated and frozen section of the store just to see what kind of items they have. Starting out, they had the pork tenderloins. Some are $2.99 a pound, and then some are just $3.99 for the whole package. And these are nice to put in a crock pot with some veggies, and then you don't have to worry about a big meal. It's all prepared. My husband and I have been enjoying these Chipotle roasts, pork roasts. We've been shredding them up and making pork tacos with them. This particular store I noticed, isn't as big as a lot of the other Sharp Shoppers. So they don't have a huge selection like most of the other ones have. Over here we had some chicken nuggets, chicken tenders. And these are like restaurant style chicken tenders. And these were $8.99 for a 5-pound bag, so pretty good deal. Some of these chicken nuggets were very similar to McDonald's or Burger King's chicken nuggets. And then they had boneless wings for $4.99. Chicken tenderloins for $6.99. Those actually look pretty decent. These are frozen, ready to cook tenderloins. They had quite a few varieties of hot dogs and sausages. Some Oscar Mayer sausage or hot dogs were 99 cents, and they had quite a few varieties of Johnsonville bratwurst sausages. They had a huge 28-ounce pack for $3.99, and then they had the smaller 14-ounce packs. They had different varieties for only $1.99. So this is a great deal. Stock up for now that the weather is getting warmer for barbecues. Then I spotted some Gilbert's Harvest Apple chicken sausage. Gilbert's typically has pretty clean ingredients, and usually these run about $4 or $5 at the store. So when I saw that they were only $1.99, I did grab a box. Now I did spot some Voila meal kits. These are like just quick, easy dinners when you're just mentally exhausted from a long day of work. They had two different sizes. They had like the family size, and then they had a big value size. So the family size was only $3.99 a bag, and then they had the big value size for only $6.99, which is such a great deal. These are a little pricey at the store, so I'm glad that Sharp Shopper was able to offer these. I know some people are skeptical of going to Sharp Shopper, and I've read some comments of people who are looked down upon for going to Sharp Shopper, but I feel like Sharp Shopper has been a huge blessing. I mean, you can get a lot of name brand products for 75% off, so I really am grateful to have a few Sharp Shoppers in my area. So if you are ever near the Pennsylvania, Virginia area, I would highly recommend bringing a cooler bag and seeing what kind of treasures you can find at Sharp Shopper. So I'm about to go ahead and cash out today, and then I will go ahead and show you what I purchased. So I always try to post a photo of what the normal prices are. They're not exact, but it could give you a rough estimate. This Bob Evans all natural pork sausage was only $1.99 at Sharp Shopper. Here are the Voila sheet pan meals. This was the family size, the smaller one, for $3.99. And then here is the larger bag, the value size bag, and this was $6.99. So two pretty big bags. Okay, and then as you saw me in the store, I did pick up these tenderloins. This is a really big size bag. It's 48 ounces, and this was only $6.99. So if I just need to have some quick chicken on hand, there we go. And then here's that Chipotle pork shoulder that I mentioned earlier. Throw this in the crock pot, and it makes an amazing pork taco. I did pick up some bacon. Bacon was only $2.99 for this bacon. Typically bacon's like $5 to $7 anymore. I always pick up ice cream. I can't help myself. This was only $1.99 for a 4-count. They had some stone baked artisan bread. Excuse me, my lisp is really coming out. This was only 99 cents, and it's 2 little mini loaves. Okay, and Checkers sweet potato fries. These were only $1.99. And here's that Gilbert's chicken sausage. This was only $1.99. I like to chop this up and make a sheet pan meal with some sweet potatoes and broccoli, all kinds of stuff. Okay, this is not a healthy item. These taco bites, these were $2.49, but they're so good. I like to have a quick snack with them. These electrolyte drinks, these were only $1 for 3. So I picked up some dragon fruit and pomegranate flavors. I picked up these Light and Fit yogurts. These were $3 for $1. These are the peach flavor. Yes, peach. And these are good until mid-May. I did go a little overboard with the Suddenly Salad pasta kits. I thought they'd be great, and you could have some for early summertime, family around. They're kind of the smaller boxes, so these were 2 for $1. I was getting some cereal there, and this box was only $1.99. And the AMC popcorn, this was 99 cents a box, so I did get 2 boxes of that. I like to mix it with some other popcorn. I needed some olive oil really bad. I like to use this in salad dressings. So this was $9.99, and I had no idea there's a difference between olive oil and then olive oil blend, so you always need to check yourself on that one. So these e-bars are marketed for kids, but they sound pretty good. The chocolate brownie and the iced oatmeal cookie. They were only $1.99. Got those 2 boxes. The Skinny Pop popcorn, this was only $1.99 for a 6-pack, so I grabbed those for a snack or quick lunch. And then we have some honey butter kettle corn. I don't know what was going on with me today, but I purchased a lot of popcorn. So those were only 99 cents. The sea salt caramel cheddar bags were only 99 cents. And then these cheese bread rolls, the garlic herb, these were $1.99 a bag. I thought they would be good for dinner. And yeah, they're quick and easy, 5 minutes. And there's 24 rolls, so it's great. This good wheat pasta, these were only 99 cents a box. Now I will tell you, I thought that was a great price, but I was at Ollie's the other day and I found some that were only 79 cents. These cheese tortillas, these were only 2 for $1. And this fajita skillet sauce also was 50 cents too. I did get 2 cans of these chickpeas. They were 69 cents. And as I mentioned in the store, these 100-calorie fruit cocktails were 2 for $1. This crushed tomato can was 99 cents. Okay. The ginger teriyaki sauce was only 99 cents. These Wizard fragrances, these were only 99 cents, so cheaper than the dollar store. And this was everything on my kitchen table. I did pick up a couple snacks for the kids at church. I got these Little Bites 10 pouches. These were only $3.99. And these Belvita Crunch Bars, these were only $6.99. Okay. And I did pick up 2 of these pizzas. These were only $3.99. However, I will tell you, they didn't bake very nice. They tasted okay, but for some reason the cheese didn't melt properly, so that made me a little skeptical of the cheese. But they were only $3.99. And this Dental Life dog biscuits, this is the large pack, 4 large dogs. This was only $6.99. So everything came to $107.56. I thought that was a great deal for all these items. And again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch my videos and to join me on my little shopping hauls. If you haven't already, it would help me out so much if you could like and subscribe. I really appreciate all your time and wonderful comments. Until next time, guys, thank you for watching.